Konnichiwa, good afternoon, what's up? It's RUPA sensei here. And how you doing everyone? 皆さん元気ですか？ということで、今日の動画ではイギリス人のネイティブにインタビューします。アメリカ英語のことをどう思うかを聞きましょう。僕もこのトピックについてすごく興味があります。オーストラリア英語はアメリカ英語の部分がありますし、イギリスの英語の部分もありますので、この2つの赤ちゃんみたいです。だから僕もどう答えるのかをすごく聞きたいです。そして Cambly という最高なオンライン英会話で今日のネイティブ先生と話します。では始めましょう。
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Really good, thank you.
Is your
So,
name Henry?
Yep, that's correct. Yep,
Okay. Well, Henry, you're from England, are you?
I am. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Where in England are you from?
So I am from a small town called Swindon.
Okay.
So it's close to Bristol.
Okay.
But I actually currently live in Indonesia.
Oh, fantastic. How are you liking it
Yep.
over there?
I love it. Love it here, definitely. Yeah.
Nice.
And so, what's your name? Sorry, and where are you from?
So my name's Rupa, and I'm actually from Australia. Actually, I also teach English, and I teach English on YouTube. The kind of topic of the video today is what English people think about American English.
So what I think about American English.
Yeah.
So I think, American English is probably easier for people to understand, like if you're not from a native English country,
Right.
mainly because of movies, TV shows, things like that. And I also think that Americans can speak slightly slower.
Speaking about like movies and stuff, sometimes when you listen to like American movies or you're watching American movies, do you sometimes not like even know what they're talking about?
Most things I understand. There might be occasionally a word or two which I'm like, oh, what? That's a new one. I haven't heard that before. But you can quickly understand it, or it's easy enough to figure out, I think. Living in England, you also watch a lot of American movies and TV shows as well. So I've kind of grown up with it. So
especially depending on the movie, sometimes a lot of movies or certain actors will use a lot of slang words, and it's like, wait, what? Again?
Yeah, maybe more newer movies now. Are sometimes maybe more difficult if they're, like you said, using a lot of slang, which is more recent slang, which I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's interesting. So I'm from Australia, and Australian English is kind of a little bit of a mixture of both. I think it's got parts of like a British pronunciation, or even our spelling is British English, but then we do use a lot of the American kind of like slang phrases and stuff like that. It's kind of becoming embedded into our language. So it's interesting seeing like English develop as a whole.
I guess maybe because I'm from England, I realize the different accents in England much easier.
Okay.
But then Americans, obviously, I realize that like there are slight differences in their accents, but I don't notice it as much. So to me, everybody kind of just sounds American. But for me in England, I notice every different city and how they're speaking differently.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. And what do you think about kind of the formality? Because in my opinion, British English sounds like very formal. It sounds like very proper. What do you think about American English?
I think a lot of people, especially from overseas, think of England as overly formal. So they'll find out you're from England and they'll say, oh, jolly good, nice to meet you, and like that. But that's not really how anybody speaks there, I don't think. For me, I'm from an area of England where I think I speak quite a formal kind of English. I wouldn't say I had an accent. I'd say I've just got a kind of a normal English accent.
Yeah.
But say if you went to London or to Manchester, I think they would speak not formal English whatsoever. So I think there's a massive difference there.
Yeah, interesting. And it's interesting what you said before about people have those kind of misconceptions about the language. I'll say, yeah, I'm from Australia, and they'll be like, oh yeah, shrimp on the barbie, mate.
Exactly, yeah, exactly the same thing, yeah.
We don't even we don't even call shrimp. We call them prawns.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Even for me, I think. So if I was talking to somebody from America, anywhere in America really, I would probably have a better time understanding them than I would say somebody from a certain area in England or
Oh, really?
UK. So I think from the United Kingdom, I think like the Irish accent, the Scottish accent, they're very, very strong, very difficult for people to understand, even for English people. So I think if I was talking to an American, I would find it easier than actually talking to them.
Yeah, interesting. That's a good point. I did see one like random YouTube video, and it said like the most difficult to understand accent ever.
Well, there was 45 sheep missing, like, in the lambs and everything. The sheep just count out a nice bit of money, like.
I didn't even catch one word.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I used to actually work for an Irish man, and he used to, when he'd be telling you to do something, you'd have to keep on asking him what he said again and again and again.
What do you think about the kind of new age of slang that's arising in English? You know, especially with the younger generation, stuff like it's lit, it's fire.
I think I quite often hear words now which I have no idea what they mean. But yeah, like certain ones like fire, lit, you can guess what they mean. It's quite obvious sometimes.
And do you have any of like favorite American movies that people can go learn from?
Maybe not a movie, but the TV series. I really like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I think they're great things to watch.
Yeah. I've got one last question. What do you think about Aussie English?
Aussie English. I like Aussie English. I think so. I actually worked and lived in Australia for 2 years. Yeah, I think Australian English is more fun. I think Australians like to shorten things as much as possible. So
yeah, exactly.
Obviously, or put O on the end of things. So obviously we've got in English we've got petrol station or service station. You've got servo.
You dickies, have a Barbie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Henry, I'm sure they'll love the video. Thanks so much, mate.
No problem. Thank you very much.
And I'll leave you a good review.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, you too, mate. See ya.
どうでしたか皆さん、すごく面白かったですね。今日の動画を見てくれてありがとうございます。そしてオンライン英会話は最高な学習ツールですよ。ネイティブの先生と話したいなら Cambly をチェックしてください。いつでもどこでもネイティブと話せますし、すべてのレッスンは録画されているので後で見て復習することができます。それと紹介コードRUPA先生6使うと15分無料レッスンができます。下の概要欄でリンクありますので登録してみてください。ネイティブといっぱい話すとだんだんペレペレになりますよ。Okay guys, stay happy, stay healthy, do your best with your English studies. じゃあありがとう。また今度。